A professor came to teach college students. What's your name? My name is Alex. Alex, please leave my class. I don't want to see you in my classroom again. The girl was confused. I don't understand. I don't want to repeat it again, thank you. The girl had to pack up and leave the classroom. The classmates in the classroom chose to be indifferent. Why do we need laws, or what is the role of laws? To protect personal rights. The professor felt a little disappointed. To maintain social order. The professor was still not satisfied. Fairness and justice? Yes, thank you. Tell me, did I treat your classmate unfairly just now? The classmates nodded. Yes, I was unfair. Then, why didn't you protest? Why didn't anyone try to stop me? Why didn't anyone want to stop this injustice? You didn't speak up just now because you thought you weren't affected. Speaking up might be disadvantageous to yourself and your future life. You thought it was none of your business. What I want to tell you is that if you don't contribute to justice, then sooner or later, you may encounter injustice, and no one will speak for you. Truth and justice require the joint efforts of all of us, because in life and work, we live in each other's environment, but we don't help each other. We comfort ourselves by saying that other people's problems have nothing to do with me, and then go home with a lucky joy. However, injustices happen every day, such as business, sports events, or on the subway. Relying on a few people to uphold justice is far from enough. In fact, we should stand up for each other. We have the obligation to fight for the rights of others and speak for those who can't speak. I am here to tell you the power of voice. I hope you learn critical thinking and let us have the courage to uphold justice, even if it means standing on the opposite side of everyone. Let's start now.
A lady was working in a meat processing factory. One day, after she finished her work, she went to check the cold storage. Unfortunately, the door was closed, and she was locked in it. Nobody around noticed her. Though she tried to scream and knock the door, nobody could hear her voice outside. Most of the workers had left. 5 hours later, when she was on the verge of death, the security guard opened the door. She survived miraculously that day. Later, she asked the security guard why he came to open the door, which was obviously not his job. The guard explained, "I have worked in this factory for 35 years every day. Hundreds of workers come and go, but you are the one who greets me every morning and says goodbye to me every night. Many people treat me as if I didn't exist. Today, you greeted me as usual when you came to work, but after work, I strangely found that I didn't hear you say, 'Goodbye, see you tomorrow.' So I decided to go around the factory. I look forward to your hello and goodbye every day, because they remind me that I exist. Today, I didn't hear your farewell, so I knew something had gone wrong. That's why I look for you everywhere. Keep humble and caring, and respect the people around you. Try to make a difference to the people passing by you every day. You never know what will happen tomorrow." A professor was sailing on the sea. During the voyage, he asked a sailor, "Hey sailor, do you know oceanography, biology, ecology, zoology, physiology, and epidemiology?" The sailor said, "No." The professor angrily said, "What do you know? You will die because of your ignorance." 30 minutes later, the ship began to sink. The sailor looked at the professor and asked him, "Professor, do you know swimming science and escaping shark science?" The professor said, "No." The sailor said to the professor, "That means crocodile science will eat your head, and you will perish along with your knowledge of evil language and grammar." The moral of this story is a permanent reminder to all of us that we should never let our knowledge make us arrogant, nor should we look down on others for their lack of understanding in certain subjects. Everyone possesses unique knowledge, talents, and abilities, all of which contribute to the diversity of our world.
My foolish husband was always drunk. Every day, he caused trouble at home, and I was too afraid to stop him. I worried about how it would affect our children. As they grew older, they moved out one by one. One day, I went to visit my eldest son. His house was filled with empty bottles, and he had become just like his father. I asked him, "How did you end up like this?" He shouted, "What did you expect? Dad was a drunkard, so of course, I became just like him." After leaving his house, I went to see my younger son. His home was neat and peaceful. He had never touched alcohol and was living a good life. I asked him the same question. "How did you end up like this?" He smiled and replied, "What did you expect? Dad was a drunkard. We should learn from others' mistakes and build a life we can be proud of." This story reminds us that life's outcomes are shaped by the choices we make. It's not about what happened in the past, but how we respond to it and what we choose for our future.